Sometimes you may want to experiment with a tool or different version of the tool, but you don't want to necessarily have it installed on your system, because we know that version collisions are real, and if you have multiple projects working in different versions, then you may end up spending a lot of time fixing your environment. Well, the solution to that is to use Docker, and we can use Docker for development, and I'm going to show you a couple of ways to do that. I'm going to show you how to do it from the command line and just connect to a Python interpreter, or I'm going to also show you how to connect Visual Studio Code and actually be able to debug your Python code inside the Docker container. One solution to that is get a Docker Python image and interactively connect to it, and let me show you how we can do that. So to do that, we can just go to Google and just say Python Docker, and the first link is going to be what we actually need on hub.docker.com. We can see that we can just do docker pull python to pull this image, but it's not exactly what we need. We actually may want different tags. For example, we want a stripped down version of Python if you don't care about certain tools. I'm just going to use the regular Python, but I'm not going to use docker pull python command. I'm actually going to pull it and interactively connect to the container running this image all in one line. And to run this image, we're going to use the run command. So we type docker run, then -- interactive, which basically means, hey, I want to connect to this container. And then we do another -- tty, which means, hey, whenever I get connected to this container, I also want a terminal back so I could execute certain commands against this container. And then we type our image name. And if you want, you can specify a certain version here. If it doesn't find this image on your local machine, it's gonna connect to Docker Hub and pull it from there, as we should see in just a second. As you can see, it says unable to find. A bunch of things already exist because I ran some commands preparing for this video. And now, as you can see, we got Python version 3.9.4 and we got connected to Python interpreter. So we can do stuff like a equals 1, b equals 2, c equals a plus b, and we can print c. As you can see, we can run Python here in the shell, but typically it's not the experience we want because we don't get syntax highlighting. It's also really hard to split the code between multiple lines, and it's just not a great experience. So there are a couple of other ways we can approach that, and one of them, let me exit this first. One of them is to define what's called a Docker file. And Docker file is basically just a set of instructions that tells Docker how to build an image. So here we have just 4 simple instructions. The first line is the base image that we want to base our image off. So here we know we're gonna run Python, so we just get Python and we can specify the certain version of Python we want to run. Then we set the work directory in the container. Basically it's where our app is gonna run from. And then here we are copying our hello.py file that's on our local machine to the working directory in the container. And lastly, we execute a command. CMD stands for command. And we say we want to execute Python hello.py. So if we were here in the shell, it would look like this, Python hello.py. And this is how it would work, but on the container. And so there are a couple of steps to this. So first, obviously, we want to define a Docker file. But secondly, we also now need to build it. We now need to build an image and then start a container from that image. So to do that, we say docker build, and then we can give it a name so we can easily access it later. But we can just say -t, and we'll just call it hello. And notice this dot at the end. We want to make sure that it's running from this directory. If our Docker file was in some other directory, we would either have to cd into that, or we could just change the path right here. But here we're going to build our hello image from this Docker file using the docker build command. And it shouldn't really take that long, especially since we already should have the Python image. And as you can see, it took maybe just a couple of seconds. So now we should have the image. And if we go to Docker images, as you can see, hello is in there. And our next step after we've built the image is to run this image, and basically we just say docker run hello, and we get our hello from Python as expected right here. What if we changed it and just ran it though, without rebuilding it? Well, we get the same hello from Python message because in our Docker file, when we were defining how our image should be built, we had this command to copy hello.py. So basically, anytime we make changes in hello.py, we have to go rebuild it and then rerun it. It's also not that great of experience. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to connect Docker with Visual Studio Code and let you write your code in Visual Studio Code and have the ability to debug it without having to run all of these extra commands. And the first thing we need to do in order to connect Visual Studio Code with the Docker is to install a remote containers extension. So we can just type remote-containers in our extensions tab, click install. It will ask us, or maybe it will, it may ask you to reload. You just click reload, but it looks like this time we dodged that bullet. And here now we can click this green, let's see, it's greater than and less than signs. I don't know what they're called. And we should have these options, remote containers options appear. So here we can see, we can select reopen in container, and it should prompt us to set things up. So here we already have the Docker file, so we can just choose from Docker file. You can also explore different options, but let's just choose from Docker file for now. And as you can see, it reloaded, and here you will see opening remote at the bottom left and starting dev container pop-up right here. It just tells you what it's doing. It's building an image. And once it's done, really, there is not much more to it. It may take a minute, sometimes longer, depending on if you have all the necessary images already on your system or if it needs to pull them. And here, as you can see, we got dev container, existing Docker file. In our terminal, as you can see, we don't have what we had anymore, where it was my username. Now we have this root user. For some reason, it connected us as root. It actually wasn't the case when I was testing it in the preparation for this video. But let's see if this actually works. So I'm going to change this script a bit and just say, basically do what we did before, c equals a plus b, and we'll print c, and what we want to do is see if debugging works. And right now it doesn't work, so usually I would be able to just click here and a red dot would appear saying that, hey, set this breakpoint, and whenever the code reaches this line, just stop. But it's not working right now, and I bet it's because we don't have the Python extension installed in this container. So what we do is basically just search for Python, and as you can see, I was right. So we had it in our regular VS Code environment, but it's not in our dev container. So we can just click here, install in dev container, and hopefully it works. Like on my Mac, I ran into an issue where it did not work, and I had to go download it manually and then clicked here and basically installed from VSIX. But hopefully it just works for us here and we don't have to go through all that trouble. And okay, it looks like it got installed. We did have reload required pop for a second, but it looks like it should just work now. And as you can see, if I hover over here, I do get those dots that I was talking about just a minute ago. Also, it looks like we have no Python interpreter selected. Well, let's select 3.9.4 for now. Obviously, 2 or any version of 2 is out of support right now. And let's see if it works. So here we did set it up. As you can see, it should be right here. If you missed that pop-up, you can just click here on Python and select your interpreter here. And the next thing we do is start debugging. Click run, start debugging, or just press F5, choose Python file, and hopefully it will work. Yay! It did work, and as you can see here, it reached this point. We can look what A variable is, what B variable is. We can step over it and see that C is now 4. And this is really it. It feels like magic. Obviously, it does take some time to set it up, especially if you want to configure it in a certain way. But just experiment with it. This is a good start. You just need to figure out how to write a Docker file. Or if you don't have a Docker file, Visual Studio Code will actually offer you to create one for you, and then you can experiment with it that way. This is all I had for today. If you have any questions, if something was confusing, or if you feel like something needs to be covered more, maybe you want to know more about containers, images, Docker files, etc., just leave me a comment and I'll try to help you as much as I can. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the notification for the next video.